Hello, everyone. This is September the 14th, and so we are on Proverbs chapter 14 and our 30 days of going through the book of Proverbs during the month of September. So appreciate everyone that's watching, commenting, sharing, liking, all the above. Really appreciate you. It's good to know that people are enjoying the book of Proverbs, which is a tremendous book of encouragement to pursue wisdom, to heed to wisdom, to seek wisdom, to honor wisdom, to embrace the foundation of wisdom, which is the reverence and the fear of the Lord. So, if it ever was a time that we need wisdom, we need it now and every day. Wisdom is a tremendous gift of God. And so let's go, chapter 14, reading out of the New Living Translation. A wise woman builds her home, but a foolish woman tears it down with her hands. Those who follow the right path fear the Lord. Those who take the wrong path despise him. A fool's proud talk becomes a rod that beats him, but the words of the wise keep them safe. Without oxen, a stable stays clean, but you need a strong ox for a large harvest. An honest witness does not lie. A false witness breathes lies. A mocker seeks wisdom. A mocker seeks wisdom and never finds it, but knowledge comes easily to those with understanding. Stay away from fools, for you won't find knowledge on their lips. The prudent understand where they're going, but fools deceive themselves. Fools make fun of guilt, but the godly acknowledge it and seek reconciliation. Each heart knows its own bitterness, and no one else can fully share its joy. The house of the wicked will be destroyed, but the tent of the godly will flourish. There is a path before each person that seems right, but it ends in death. Laughter can conceal a heavy heart, but when the laughter ends, the grief remains. Backsliders get what they deserve. Good people receive their reward. Only simpletons believe everything they're told. The prudent carefully consider their steps. The wise are cautious and avoid danger. Fools plunge ahead with reckless confidence. Short tempered people do foolish things, and schemers are hated. Simpletons are clothed with foolishness, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. Evil people will bow before good people. The wicked will bow at the gates of the godly. The poor are despised even by their neighbors, while the rich have many friends. It is a sin to belittle one's neighbor. Blessed are those who help the poor. If you plan to do evil, you will be lost. If you plan to do good, you will receive unfailing love and faithfulness. Work brings profit, but mere talk leads to poverty. Wealth is a crown for the wise. The effort of fools yields only foolishness. A truthful witness saves, but a false witness is a traitor. Those who fear the Lord are secure. He will be a refuge for their children. Fear of the Lord is a life giving fountain. It offers escape from the snares of death. A growing population is a king's glory. A prince without subjects has nothing. People with understanding control their anger. A hot temper shows great foolishness. A peaceful heart leads to a healthy body. Jealousy is like cancer to the bones. Those who oppress the poor insult their maker, but helping the poor honors him. The wicked are crushed by disaster, but the godly have a refuge when they die. Wisdom is enshrined in an understanding heart. Wisdom is not found among fools. Godliness makes a nation great, but sin is a disgrace to any people. A king rejoices in wise servants, but is angry with those who disgrace him. Proverbs 14, New Living Translation. let's touch bases on a couple key scriptures. The first one, a wise woman or man builds her home, but a foolish one tears it down. It is so easy to tear down what you're building, of what you've worked to build, when you act foolishly. Wisdom maintains a home, its foundation, but fools tears it down. So be careful of foolishness. You don't want to spend your life building something only to make a foolish decision and tear it down. Those who follow the right path fear the Lord. We've been talking about path. Those who take the wrong path despise him. That's verse 2. I find this verse interesting in verse 4. Without an oxen, a stable stays clean, but you need a strong ox for a large harvest. And I was thinking, how does that apply to today's language? And I guess the best way, the way I see it, is that you may be able to go without something because it yields a certain amount of work, or in this case, a dirty stable, or it is an expense, or it may take time, or it may take an investment, or it may take a certain amount of energy, but it's a necessary sacrifice, because a person that wants their stable clean, that does without the ox, can't produce or gather their harvest. So some things will cost you and they will require additional work, but in the long run, they're what you need to do. It's what you needed to do, is what you need to have in order to get the greater benefit. So don't pass on work or investment or time or energy because you don't want to sacrifice it if it's going to cost you a greater gain in the long run. Make the investment so that you will have the tools you need to gather your harvest. That's how I see verse 4. It was an interesting verse, but a great verse, a lot of wisdom. In this particular chapter 14, simpletons are mentioned a couple of times. In verse 15, only simpletons believe everything they're told. But a prudent person, a wise person, a person with discretion, carefully considers their steps. They're not quick to believe everything. They're not naive. To me, that verse speaks of naivete in verse 15, that a person that's naive just believes everything and every story. But a prudent person kind of weighs it to see if everything they're being told is truthful. And then the last verse I'll mention is verse 23. Work brings profit, but mere talk leads to poverty. It's easy to talk. Talk is cheap. That's what they say. That's a saying. Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. It doesn't, but work is what produces. So be careful of the person who's always talking but never working, because talk is cheap and it doesn't bring prosperity. Work brings profit. All right. Well, that's it. That's chapter 14. And we appreciate everyone for tagging, sharing, and commenting on chapter 14. I know this is a little later today, but hopefully you'll be able to watch it. If not tonight, you'll be able to catch up. And tomorrow we'll hit chapter 15. We're almost halfway through 30 days of Proverbs. So we appreciate you hanging in and read along with us and just share your insight as we go. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see you all tomorrow.